A lot of people on social media seem to love to demonize seed oils. They will throw out ridiculous claims such as they disrupt your hormones or they increase your cardiovascular disease risk, among others. But what is the truth about seed oils? First of all, let us define the term. When people talk about seed oils, they are referring to a specific group of vegetable oils that are extracted from the seeds of various plants. This typically includes 8 mass-produced commercial seed oils: canola, corn, cottonseed, soybean, sunflower, safflower, grapeseed, and rice bran oil. In modern health, culinary, and internet discussion, the term is also almost always used to describe something highly processed, something that is highly refined, and that it is rich in polyunsaturated fatty acids, specifically omega-6 fatty acids. However, this term does not only enclose only seed oils, since lard and oils from animal products also contain a lot of omega-6 fatty acids. Regardless, let's tackle each seed oil one by one, starting with canola oil. Canola oil is 100% fat, composed of 63% monounsaturated fat, 28% polyunsaturated, and 70% saturated. The ratio of linoleic acid to alpha-linoleic acid, so from omega-6 to omega-3, is 2 to 1. So while it is high in omega-6, it also contains some omega-3 and a large amount of unsaturated fats, which are very beneficial to us. Reviews indicate that canola oil consumption can reduce blood levels of cholesterol and LDL at a reasonable amount. Two risk factors for cardiovascular disease, which are very noteworthy, and also it can also help with reduce overall body weight. Corn oil. While it's rarely used today, it is important to take a look at its constituents. It has an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 58 to 1, and it also contains 30 grams of saturated fat in around 100 grams of the product. Not the healthiest additive, but occasional consumption, which is rare nowadays, isn't disastrous. Then we go to cottonseed oil. This is something nobody should be afraid of, since it has been phased out of production in favor of soybean oil and palm oil. You can check the label of any food you buy, you won't see this oil anywhere. Moving on to soybean oil. This per 100 grams has 16 grams of saturated fat and 23 of monounsaturated fat and another 58 grams of polyunsaturated. While it can contain small traceable amounts of trans fats, which are indeed damaging to our health and should be limited to a very, very small amount, if this is used sparingly, it should pose no threat to your cardiovascular health. Sunflower oil, perhaps the most widely used of the seed oils. It contains high amounts of vitamin C, some amount of omega-3, and also a good amount of omega-6 fatty acids. Even though it is outshone by olive oil in most aspects, sunflower oil can still be a useful alternative considering its lower price and better ability to withstand heat. Moving on to safflower oil, the lesser cousin of sunflower oil, it contains a bit less of vitamin C, a higher amount of omega-6, and trace amounts of omega-3. The only reason it's currently used is how heat stable it is, withstanding temperatures of up to 450 degrees Celsius. Grapeseed oil. This oil has a light taste and a high polyunsaturated fat content, making it suitable for use in salad dressings and mayonnaise, and also as a base for oil infusions of garlic, rosemary, or other herbs and spices. Although grape seeds themselves contain polyphenols, such as proanthocyanins, grapeseed oil contains only negligible amounts of these compounds. It contains some of the highest amounts of omega-6 fatty acids, so it's overall a very nice seed oil that should be used, however, sparingly. Last but not least, rice bran oil. This is widely used in East Asia. It's best suited for stir frying. It is overall poor in most qualities, including calories, but it is, however, high in vitamin C. It's worth pointing out that consumption of this oil has been found to significantly decrease total cholesterol, LDL, and triglyceride levels. So we covered all the main seed oils, and while they have some negatives, they also have some positives. Just like any other food category, these products need to be consumed in moderation, not because they will quote unquote wreak havoc on your hormones or any such other nonsensical and baseless accusation. No, the reason seed oils, like most oils, should be consumed in moderation is the fact that they are very high in calories and that can add up over time. Another thing critics of seed oils argue is that they are heavily processed, and this process damages the polyunsaturated fat in them, which causes them to oxidize easily when exposed to heat and light. They claim that an overabundance of oxidized omega-6 fatty acids causes systemic inflammation in the body, which contributes to chronic metabolic disease. While minor trace levels of oxidized compounds can exist, multiple food science analyses show that they remain far below safety limits. Standard home cooking at temperatures under 200 does not create significant oxidation or generate dangerous amounts of trans fats. As for linoleic acid, a massive analysis of 30 randomized controlled trials found that increasing linoleic acid intake did not affect inflammatory biomarkers like C-reactive protein. Regarding the long-term effects, large-scale epidemiological studies tracking hundreds of thousands of people for decades consistently show the opposite. When people replace saturated fats like butter or lard with polyunsaturated plant oils, like all the seed oils I have just mentioned, their LDL, which is now known as quote unquote the bad cholesterol, drops, and the risk of cardiovascular events and death decreases. Furthermore, regardless of which side of the health debate you land on, avoiding seed oils entirely is remarkably difficult, as they are the invisible backbone of the modern food industry, found in everything from commercial salad dressings and potato chips to oat milk and store-bought bread. They are not, however, the demons these influencers try to make them out to be. Some of these people who demonize seed oils should instead consider the health effects of the animal products they overconsume, such as lard and butter. In conclusion, do not listen to the charlatans that try to scare you away from seed oils. You should still use them, but sparingly, just like any other type of oil. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.